That's because these attacks have triggered a dangerous war of words between the regional powers. The Houthis say they did it, but the Americans blame Iran. So does Saudi Arabia. Its preliminary probe has said that Iran is behind the attacks. And this kind of saber rattling is not new for West Asia, but this time there's a real threat of words being replaced by weapons. Our next report assesses the situation on the ground.
The attack on Saudi Aramco's oil facilities targets the soul of Saudi Arabia's economy. Around 70% of Saudi Arabia's exports earnings come from oil and gas. In fact, it accounts for around 50% of the country's GDP. Considering Saudi Arabia's status as one of the largest exporters of oil, the attack is bound to create ripples in the global market. Prices of oil in the global market has already shot up. There are fears that this attack could lead to a shortage of oil in different parts of the globe. The Houthis in Yemen have claimed responsibilities for the attack.
With the grace of God the Great, the Air Force has completed a wide attack using 10 drones that targeted the sites Abqaiq and Khorais, which are owned by Aramco in eastern Saudi Arabia this morning. This mission comes as part of a legitimate and natural right to react to the crimes of the aggression and its continuous blockade on our country for the past 5 years.
The Americans see an Iranian hand behind the attack on Saudi Aramco. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo was quick to blame Tehran on Twitter. "We call on all nations to publicly and unequivocally condemn Iran's attacks," he said. The Trump administration has been quite clear about its attitude towards Iran. They consider the Iranian regime as a chief supporter of terrorist groups. In April this year, Mike Pompeo even termed Iran as a threat to the entire region.
Iran destabilizes this entire region. It supports proxy militias and terrorist groups. It is an arms dealer to the Houthi rebels in Yemen, and Iran conducts cyber hacking campaigns. And it supports the murderous Assad regime as well.
The Iranian support to the Houthis isn't a secret. In fact, the attack in Saudi Arabia now triggers a new debate over the extent to which Tehran is actually helping them. Saudi Arabia has been carrying out aerial attacks in Yemen with the backing of America. Saudi warplanes have targeted the Houthis, who were struggling to find answers. Now it looks like the Houthis have developed capabilities to deliver a strong military response of their own. The attack in Saudi Arabia does raise the threat of an escalation. To respond, the Saudis could very well target Iranian assets or their allies in Yemen. But a military response in Yemen can make things much worse in a country that is already suffering from a humanitarian crisis due to the ongoing war. Bureau Report, World is One.